Welcome to a technology demonstration video for the BIMprove multi-user virtual reality viewer developed by Fraunhofer IAO and University of Stuttgart IAT. BIMprove is a research project funded by the European Commission, and you can find out more about it on bimprove-h2020.eu. So the first thing you see here is the start screen of our PC version. So this is technically not VR, but it makes it easier to show a couple of things. First, you can see that there's some 3D geometry data already loaded, including in part an overlay with a point cloud scan. Second, you see a user interface menu in the top right corner. And thirdly, there's a prompt asking the user to enter their name and a room number and the possibility to connect. So our colleague Felina is going to do just that, entering her name and the room name we agreed on for this little test that we recorded. After connecting and joining that virtual room, Felina sees that there are already 3 other people in that virtual room. Let's switch to a 3-way split screen. What we see on the top left is the view of a VR user. They are using a head-mounted display, in this case an HTC Vive Pro I. Most notably in this view is that the user menu is not in the top right corner but attached to the right-hand controller. On the top right is Felina's view, and on the bottom left is the view of another desktop user camera that we included to give an overview of what's happening. And what you see happening is Felina using the user menu to deselect and therefore hide the different data sets, starting with the point cloud data and continuing with each story of the building. And as you can see, both the user menu and the shown or not shown 3D data are synchronized for all users. The VR user on the top left is now making all the datasets visible again. What we see next here is the use of the first prototypical implementation of the user manipulation mode. Via the third tab of the user menu, you can mark an issue with a question mark. You can then give it a name and add some extra text. This creates the first entry in our issues list. Next to each entry in the list, there are 2 buttons. The first one is to teleport oneself to the location of that issue. You can see Felina jumping back to that first issue here. The second one is to teleport and summon everyone in the session to that spot, which is what the VR user is doing here. Also, of course, very important in multi-user VR are means for direct communication. Even though we did not record sound for this video, the users can, of course, hear each other, and they can also see who is talking. If you're in close quarters in a BIM model, the avatars might block each other's view, which is why there's the possibility for each individual user to make them see-through. Like we're used to in direct online communication, there's also the possibility to mute oneself or others. You can also use a laser pointer function to show your mates exactly what you're talking about. That's it for this first little demo. Thank you for your attention.